Good morning, children. Welcome back. We are now continuing the chapter 7, Structural Organization in Animals. We have already started tissue. There are 4 types of tissues in animals. They are epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissues. We have already completed epithelial tissue. Now coming to connective tissue. Connective tissues are different types. We have already seen loose connective tissue, then dense connective tissue. What are the 2 types of dense connective tissues? Dense regular connective tissue and dense irregular connective tissues. Dense regular connective tissue we have studied tendons and ligaments and fibroblast. Now we are coming to special connective tissues or fluid connective tissues. What are the third group of connective tissue? Fluid connective tissue or special type of connective tissues. Fluid connective tissue is also called special connective tissue. So there are 3 groups of special connective tissues. That is special connective tissue. First one is blood. Blood is the fluid connective tissue, and 2 more categories of tissues are coming in this group: cartilage and bones. Cartilage and bones. The notable feature of this connective tissues is that they have a matrix. Matrix is the fluid. Matrix may be fluid or semi-fluid or solid. Here in blood, the matrix is the fluid. Hence it is called fluid connective tissue. Hence blood is called fluid connective tissue. You know, the fluidity of the blood is caused due to plasma. That is already covered in the previous lesson. Now blood. Blood consists of 2 components. The fluid part, that is called plasma, and the formed elements. So what are formed elements? They are the cells present in the plasma. There are 3 types: RBC, WBC and platelets. 3 functions, you know that very well. RBC contain a red pigment called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin has the affinity with oxygen. They combine with oxygen to form oxyhemoglobin. That oxyhemoglobin carry oxygen to various cells and thereby sending oxygen to various parts of the body for various functions like oxidation of food inside the cell. So what is the function of RBC? RBC contain a pigment hemoglobin. When oxygen combined with the hemoglobin, it is called oxyhemoglobin. So that delivers the oxygen to the cells. Now WBC is called white blood cells. They provide immunity to the body. White blood cells are of 5 types. The most important type of the white blood cells are lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are of 2 types: T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes. What is the function of T and B lymphocytes? T lymphocytes induce B lymphocytes to produce antibodies. T lymphocytes induce the B lymphocytes to produce antibodies. Without the T lymphocytes, B lymphocytes cannot produce antibodies. So it is T lymphocytes that give information to B lymphocytes to produce antibodies. Antibodies provide immunity or immune resistance against pathogens. So In short, we can say WBC provide resistance to our body. Now platelets helps in the clotting of blood. What is the other name of clotting of blood? Coagulation. C-O-A-G-U-L-A-T-I-O-N. Coagulation is otherwise called the clotting of blood. So these are the different aspects of the. So blood consists of around 60 to 70% plasma. Plasma is the fluid matrix. Then RBC, WBC and platelets are the formed elements and they have definite functions. So that form the fluid connective tissue, blood. Now we are coming to the other tissues, cartilage and bones. Cartilage is pliable but solid connective tissue. Cartilage is the pliable but solid connective tissue. They resist the compression or pressure. This cartilage, you can see proteins. Proteins are the main contents of this cartilage, and also this cartilage contains fibroblast. They are called fibers. Fibrin fibers. The cartilage contains protein and fibroblast. They are pliable but they resist the compression, and this cartilage contains cells in them. What is the name of the cells? Chondrocytes. C-H-O-N-D-R-O-T-H-Y-E-S. Chondrocytes are really the cells that provide the fluidity and the rigidity, that produce various types of fibers such as fibrinogen. Okay, so fibrinogen is really produced by the chondrocytes, and these cartilages are found in various parts of the body, like here pinna, in between the vertebrae bones, and also the nasal bridge. So the most important function of this cartilage, they helps in forming the body framework, skeletal framework along with the bones. Cartilage helps in the framework, developing a rigid framework, structural framework to our body. So cartilage is present in various parts. They are the most important cells that resist the rigidity and provide resistance to our body. So what are the main points about cartilage? The solid connective tissue, and they are made up of solid matrix but pliable, and they resist the compression. Cartilage contains proteins and fibroblasts and many other types of fibers. The main fibroblasts are fibrinogen. The cells in the cartilage is called chondrocytes. They are found mainly in ear pinna, then in between the vertebral column and nasal bridge. Now the last special connective tissue, that is bones. There are 206 bones in the adult. But when a child is born, it may be 300. During the development of the body, the 300 bones reduced to 206. Now bones are really connected each other by ligaments. So in a joint, bones are connected each other by ligaments. And the bone is connected to the muscles by tendons. Bone is connected to the muscles by tendons. So how are two bones connected in a joint? By ligaments. The large number of ligaments. But a bone is connected to the muscles by tendons. So tendons and ligaments are very important for the placement or providing the rigidity as well as the positional balance of the bones. Only if the bones are only present, they cannot be rigid and functional. When ligaments and tendons are there, they can provide movement and locomotion to our body. So along with the cartilage, bones provide a structural framework, and also they help in the movement of our body and body organs. Now the bones contain cells called osteocytes. Osteocytes. Unlike in this cartilage, where the chondrocyte cells are found freely in the matrix, here in bones, the osteocyte cells are present in special cavities, fluid-filled cavities. These fluid-filled cavities are called lacunae. L-A-C-U-N-A-E, lacunae. So lacunae are fluid-filled cavities. Inside the lacunae, you can see osteocytes. Other than these osteocytes, the remaining part consists of various types of fibers and rigid matrix made up of calcium, phosphorus, and also various types of fibers such as fibrinogen, collagen, etc. So what are the two types of fibers? Protein fibers, fibrinogen, collagen fibers. They are found everywhere in our connective tissue. Fibrinogen, collagen, elastin, another fibers, elastin, collagen, fibrinogen, all are present in our connective tissue. So what are the main points about bones? Bones are connective tissues with a rigid but solid matrix, not pliable. Unlike this cartilage, which is pliable and resist the compression, here the bones can resist the compression, but it is not pliable. It is non-pliable and rigid. The rigidity of the bones are caused due to some substances in it: calcium, phosphorus, and fibers such as fibrinogen. Other than fibrinogen, what are the fibers present in the bones and cartilage? Collagen and elastin. Two bones are connected by ligaments in the joints, whereas one bone is connected to the muscle by tendon. So tendons and ligaments are important for the muscle, the bones to move in the joints. Now osteocytes. Osteocytes are the blood cells, the cells present in the bones. In cavity, fluid-filled cavity called lacunae. So what is lacunae? Fluid-filled cavity. Inside of which what is present? Osteocytes. What are osteocytes? Are blood cells. Then what is the cells present in the cartilage? Chondrocytes. Not chondrocytes. So chondrocytes are the cartilage cells, and osteocytes are bone cells. Okay. Ultimately, the bones and cartilage provide a structural framework to our body. Movements of various organs, locomotion of our body from place to place, everything is provided by these bones and the cartilage. When the amount of calcium is reduced in our bone, the bone becomes fragile. It can break. And even leads to a condition called osteoporosis. That bones which with osteoporosis is fragile and even can break off with a minor fall. So that's all about connective tissues. Thank you.